The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Why, hi there, I'm Ron Chuckett. Welcome to the program for this first day of March 2023. We're playing the games of Wednesday, May 23rd, 2001, which means we'll have a holiday doubleheader for you. Next week, I think it's Wednesday. I think next Wednesday is our holiday doubleheader. Anywho, we have what we think should be a barn burner of a ball game for you at lunchtime today. The National League West race is all within 5 games as we play Game 46 for the Arizona Diamondbacks and Game 46 for, both teams actually, for the San Francisco Giants. The Giants and Rockies are tied for first. Arizona and San Diego are tied for third, and the Dodgers are kind of lurking out there like Jaws just off the beach. The Diamondbacks are going to go with Randy Johnson. The Giants are going to go with Mark Gardner. So that's the matchup for you today. No stream tomorrow. No live stream tomorrow. Wifey has an appointment and that, and so Friday we'll have the Giants and the Rockies for you as our last game of this week. So we are in the Dome in Arizona, 87 degrees, a beautiful night in Phoenix for baseball, and no one's hotter than Randy Johnson. And if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's light this candle, shall we? As Retro Sports Network proudly presents 2001 at Action PC Season Odyssey. Tonight, from the Bank One Ballpark in beautiful downtown Phoenix, Arizona, it is the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. I already did that. Ron, you got to do it on the button here. I tried to change the screen on the screen itself, and that's not going to work. Anyway, 87 degrees. The roof is closed. The Diamondbacks, again, kind of surprised at 22 and 23. It is not because of who they have on the mound. Randy Johnson making his 11th start of the year. And Randy is in the process of winning his 3rd Cy Young in a row, which tells you just how dominant he was. 6-2 on the replay with a 1.42 ERA. That earned run average is 2nd in the National League. His 6 wins are 8th in the National League. And when we get to the strikeout number, that leads the NL. He last faced the Cubs 5 days ago. A loss, 7-inning loss, 2-0 the final score, 108 pitches. 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a homer. He walked 5 and struck out 9. So the Randy Johnson of yesteryear is starting to creep in. He's had 13 walks over his last 3 starts of the 18 he has so far. 69 2/3 innings for Randy, 39 hits, just 11 runs, and they're all earned. 4 homers, 18 walks, as we said, and a National League leading 104 strikeouts. Good morning. It's a lot snowing in Vegas. Live streaming is dangerous. Sometimes. I feel like a Walenza brother most of the time out here. Here's a lineup that San Francisco will send out against Randy. It's all righties except for Barry Bonds. Sean Dunston in center field leads off for the Giants. Rich Aurelia, who's done well in the games that we've had, at short, batting second. Jeff Kent at first today will bat third. Barry Bonds in left. He will clean up. He is YA in other games. Benito Santiago behind the plate bats fifth. It is Eric Davis in right going sixth. Martinez at second, batting seventh. Pedro Feliz, or Junior Feliz, at third, batting eighth. And it's not Dave Gardner, sadly. It's Mark Gardner, and he's on the mound batting ninth. For the Diamondbacks, Luis Gonzalez an 8 and a 5 in left. Steve Finley a 7 and a 5 in center. Reggie Sanders is a 5 and a 6 in right. And Bernie, because of all the teams involved, MLB TV would black this out in your area. Craig Counsell is a 3 at third. Tony Womack a 3 at short. Jay Bell a 3 in second. Mark Grace a 7 at first. Miller a 7 and a 5 behind the plate. Johnson is an 8 on the mound range-wise, but with an 8.79 fielding percentage. So Randy's ready. So is Sean Dunston. 291, a homer, and 6 RBI. What's my breaking news here? Ooh, arrest warrants issued for top NFL draft prospect Jalen Carter. Wonder what that's about. All right, so Dunston's ready. Gave you his numbers. Randy's ready. Gave you his numbers. Sports Center will have 9,000 hours of coverage of that story. Johnson winds and deals and strikes him out. A 1-2 curve at 88. Swung on and missed. Brings up Aurelia Rich at 276. 3 homers and 13 RBI. So home run-wise, he's slow. How you doing, midlife crisis? No stream tomorrow. Friday, we'll have the Giants and the Rockies for you. Wifey has an appointment and then has to go to work. So I got to squeeze in lunch in between it in that window. Pitch to Aurelia. Rich lines this one into center field. Finley will pick it up, and the Giants have a hit. As Bernie practices. How you doing, Tribe fan? As Bernie practices for his upcoming debut on YouTube. Jeff Kent, 295 homers and 28 RBI. We'll hold you in suspense for that. Johnson deals. Struck him out. Kent got him. Got Kent on a 2-2 curve. I find the hardest thing to do is not have big gaps between comments. You really need to know what you want to say ahead of time. I wish you'd... Again, I don't play anything with these. You guys tell me what I'm talking about. Dead air is no bueno when filming. Consider that you're going to be doing 1950. Stats and stories for that era. Little tidbits that you find. You'll figure it out. Barry Bonds at 326, 19 homers, and 34 RBI. What engine are you using for your project there, Bernie? Barry's on a 9-game hitting streak as well. Gets away from Miller, and Aurelia moves up to second. So that is a pass ball. Fastball that was just low on a 1-1 pitch, and Miller couldn't handle it. Randy just stares out at the plate, and Bonds digs back in with a 2-1 count. Don't be afraid of dead air. You can have it. But, pitch to Bonds in the left center. Finley running in, rides a swing, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. The pass ball does not count as an error. Half an inning in the books, no score. So Mark Gardner, making his 7th start of the year, is having a magnificent season. He's 5-1 with an earned run average of .305. He's 39 years old. Fastball tops out at 84, and he's a fly ball pitcher. He last pitched against the Braves on the 18th, so he's on 5 days rest. 5 innings, 90 pitches, 5 hits, a 4-3 loss, but he did not get a decision. 3 runs, 2 earned, a homer. He walked 1 and struck out 2. So overall, 41 in the 3rd innings, 32 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned, 7 homers allowed. He's walked 11 and struck out 24. So he's at 39 years old, a fastball pitcher, 84 miles an hour on that pitch. And gives up the fly ball. Lineup for Arizona. Tony Womack leads off at short. It'll be Josh Bell at second, batting second. Louis Gonzalez in left will go third. Mark Grace cleans up at first. Reggie Sanders in right field will bat fifth. Steve Finley in center goes sixth. Damian Miller behind the plate will go seventh. Craig Counsell at third bats eighth. And Randy Johnson, who threw 22 pitches, will bat ninth. Defensively for San Francisco, Barry Bonds a 4 and a 6. It'll be Sean Dunston a 5 and a 7 in left. Eric Davis a 6 and a 5 at third. Feliz is a 3 at third. Davis a 6 and a 5 in right. Feliz a 3 at third. See, I read too fast. Aurelia is a 6 at short. Martinez a 4 at second. Kent, not a good first baseman. He's a 2. No JT Snow with Randy Johnson pitching. Santiago 5-5 behind the plate. That is the Webster's definition of average. Gardner is a 7 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. I would strongly suggest that you don't do that. You're going to use PC Replay as a base, and we'll use various PC and C&D games every week. I find that using the one game that you are most comfortable with is just going to make it easier for you. It's a whole big difference when you're doing this by yourself, and then when you're trying to entertain an audience and you're trying to go back and forth and remember which game you are playing and what you need to be inputting. I wouldn't do that. If you want to do it in PC Replay, that probably would be the easiest way to do it, or Action PC, but I would not bounce back and forth between games. At least for your first project. You want to make sure that you've got the entertainment part down. You got to be entertaining. Tony Womack is entertaining at 288, a homer and 10 RBI. You want to fight the game the least amount possible, because everything else, even if you're just going to tape, it's going to consume your concentration. So the game should be the one that is easiest for you, that you are most familiar with, that actually has visuals. Pitch to Womack. Tony draws a walk, if that makes any sense. I mean, Tribe Fan does a very good job playing Strat Advanced. And that weather-loved picture of Wrigley Field that he has. Jay Bill at 229, 5 homers and 17 RBI. Gonna see what Gardner does with Womack before I make a decision. He goes to the plate, and Bell strikes out on an 0-2 curve in there at the knees. So 1 out for Louis Gonzalez, hitting .312, 15 homers and 36 RBI. Pitched. Now they throw to first, and Womack not high enough for me to steal, so we'll just let that be. Gonzalez, by the way, full of power. And that's gone. That's not announcer's jinx. That goes in the left center field, and it's 2-0 Arizona. Gonzalez goes the other way with it, and all Barry Bonds could do was turn and watch it go. For his 16th of the year, I wouldn't say that was crushed, but he got enough of it to make it 2-0 Arizona here in the first. Brings up Mark Grace, 297, 5 homers and 20 RBI. And Grace rips this one into right center field. Dunston will cut it off. Sean, the aging center fielder, I guess he couldn't play short anymore, because that's what he was with the Cubs. That's the second hit. Here's Reggie Sanders, 244, 5 homers and 20 RBI. Got him. So Gardner got him on a 1-2 fastball in the inside corner, 2 out. Here's Finley, 238, 4 homers, 15 RBI. I wouldn't put a lot of stock into those polls. If you're entertaining enough, people are going to find you. And remember, on YouTube, you're going to get a whole different audience. People are going to stumble across. But yeah, PC Replay or Action PC. That's what I would do. I play a lot of other baseball games besides Action PC, but this one streams rather well. I gave you Finley's numbers already. Pitch to Steve. Popped up. Santiago doffs the mask into foul territory, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Louis Gonzalez with that 2-run shot to the opposite field are both of the runs, 2 hits and no errors. After 1, Arizona 2, San Francisco nothing. So here's Benito Santiago, 5, 6, and 7 for the Giants. 277, no homers and 12 RBI. Yeah, you don't really want to be fighting with the games. And again, Tribe Fan does a good job writing down things. You can play a card and dice game. But if you're entertaining enough, it really doesn't matter if you're doing ticker tape parades or something like that. People are going to find a way to watch. Ground ball off the mound. Womack takes it on that weird hop. I think that hit Randy in the leg, didn't it? No, it hit him off the glove. So it's technically a 1-6-3, although Randy didn't want any part of that. Brings up Eric Davis hitting 111, no homers and 5 RBI. And he draws the walk. In that case, that's almost a beer league walk to a 111 hitter. First one for Randy. Here's Ramon E. Martinez at 286, a homer and 5 RBI. Ground ball to third. Might be two. Counsell to Bell for one. Over to Grace, and they go around the horn 5-4-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Arizona. So it'll be Miller, Counsell, and Johnson to face Gardner. I do not think if I played a card and dice game that I would get 3 times the viewers that I get for doing a computer game. Action PC plays a lot like a card and dice game anyway. Damian Miller at 217, 2 homers and 6 RBI. Gardner starts the frame with a fly ball to left. Bonds won't really even have to move. 1 out. For Craig Counsell at 381, a homer and 9 RBI. Tribe fan, I think, uses a tripod, if I'm not mistaken. He can tell me if that's true or not. Pitch to Counsell. There's a ground ball to Martinez behind the bag at second. Over to Kent for the out. 2 away for Randy Johnson hitting 091. 2 for 22. In the second, as old Vinny would say, deuce is wild when it comes to Randy Johnson. And if you look at those 8 strikeouts, that is divisible by 2. But it's not the loneliest number, because that's the number 1. Pitch to Randy. Base hit left field. How about that? Johnson hits a laser shot in front of Bonds, and that's the 3rd hit for the Diamondbacks. Opening 9 for Gardner, 45 pitches. Inning and 2/3, 3 hits. The home run to Gonzalez. A walk and 2 strikeouts. Tribe fan uses Yankee yearbooks. And then an empty water bottle box. And then a can cozy with pens to lean the phone. Oh, so he shoots on his phone. That's interesting. And you can just read the cards. He's keeping score off the side if you haven't done that. And he writes Joe Torre's Yankee yearbooks. Nice. I have one from 1977 when he was still a player manager of the Mets. Womack, by the way, walked and scored on the Gonzalez homer. Runner on first is Johnson, 2 out. Tony swings into right center field. Dunston moving over. Makes the catch. Oh, the book he wrote about managing the Yankees. That will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and the D-backs leave a runner on. We go to the third, 2-0 Arizona. So Pedro Feliz, Mark Gardner, and Sean Dunston to face Johnson here in the third. Pedro at 261, a homer and 5 RBI. Anyway, that gives Tim enough of clearance to show the cards, and he handwrites out the line scores so you know when you're flipping in what the score is and what the inning is. And does a good job with the cards and dice game. Pitch to Feliz. Pedro sends this one into left center. It's a big ballpark. Finley running back. No, that's off the wall. Feliz has got 2. He's in there easy on his 4th double of the year. That's a tall wall out there in left center field. Hit off the Fox Sports Net ad, which no longer exists. So here's Gardner, who is 0 for 13. Grace and Counsell play for the bunt. Gardner obliges. Counsell comes in. Bell goes to cover, and it goes 5-4 on the card. Feliz moves to third, 1 out. So opening 9 for Johnson, 40 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, a walk and 2 strikeouts, one of them being Sean Dunston to start the ballgame. So Tribe Fan and others show that, and Al too, shows that you can do cards and dice and show it off. But what's going to get people to come back, Bernie, is just how making it easy to understand and how welcoming it can be. You know, play around with playing different games, but when it's showtime, don't overcomplicate things. Pitch to Dunston. There's a liner in the right field. That's going to get past Sanders. Feliz will score. Dunston has 2 easies. He's going to try for third. The throw goes to Bell. Dunston's going for 3. The throw to Counsell's going to be close, and Sean is in there. His second triple of the year, and it's 2-1. San Francisco storming back off of Randy Johnson. 1 out for Aurelia, who had a single his first time up. So both teams have 3 hits. Got him. Randy got him on a 2-2 fastball in there at the knees. So 2 out for Kent, who struck out his first time up. That's 3 for Randy. There's a base hit into right center, and that will tie the game. As Dunston scores from third. So here's Bonds. Barry is 0 for 1, 2 out here. In the top of the third, the Giants have tied this up. Struck him out. Barry went looking for a fastball. Randy took something off it, but the Giants get 2 on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the third here at the Bob. It's the Rachel Haircut Park. It's the Bob, 2-2. So Bell, Gonzalez, and Grace to face Gardner here in the third. Jay struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Got him. An 0-2 pitch swung on out of the zone. And that'll bring up Gonzalez. Louis with his 16th of the year. His first time up in the first. An opposite field shot to left center. Bernie said, to answer a question you had on the last show, this is what I'm learning by playing sports sims. I never broadcast anything without playing these games. Just wanted to they're fun. It's absolute fun. It's absolute fun. For sure. And I forgot where I was going to go with that. Pitch to Gonzalez. Walked him. I've done close to 1,200 of these things. Just on this channel, let alone podcasts I've done elsewhere. Mark Grace, by the way, singled his first time up. And just getting used to the fact that you're on. Take some practice. Pitch to Grace. Into right center. Dunston moving back. And that is caught. It's a big ballpark here. Louis goes back to first, and that'll bring up Sanders, who struck out his first time up. 2 out, bottom of the third, 2-2 the score. Giants and D-backs, and what's a big week for San Francisco here in the National League West. Pitch to Reggie. There's a line drive to Feliz, who snares it to make the catch. So, no runs, no hits. The D-backs leave a runner on after 3, 2-2. Santiago, Davis, and Martinez to face Randy here in the fourth. Benny is 0 for 1. He slaps that one down, and Randy Johnson, who we said is not a great fielder, bobbled it, and that's an E1. So Santiago reaches. First error for the Diamondbacks, and here's Eric Davis, who walked his first time up. Ball 4. So again, Randy with essentially a beer league walk. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth for Ramon Martinez, who grounded into a double play his first time up. in the right center. Finley rides the Schwinn, makes the catch. Santiago back. And he'll hold. One out for Feliz, who doubled and scored in the third. 1 for 1. There's a liner in the right center field. Sanders will pick it up. Santiago, is he going to run on Sanders? No. Everyone holds, and that's an interesting call with one out because the bases are now loaded for the pitcher, Mark Gardner, who cannot hit. And you're not going to bunt with the bases loaded. So Randy, not again pitching un-Randy-like here on Retro Sports Network. Miller goes out, has a word. Randy says, get your butt back behind the plate. And Gardner strikes out. A 2-2 curveball swung on and missed. So 18 batters in, 3 2/3 for Johnson. 5 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts on 75 pitches. Here's Dunston. He's 1 for 2 with a triple and an RBI. That came in the third. He also has scored and struck out. So the bases are full of Giants. 2-2 the score, top of the fourth. Pitch to Dunston, struck him out. Randy got him to chase, and he gets out of it. No runs, a hit, and the air does not hurt. After 3.5 here at the Bob, 2-2. I got an ice cube stuck in my straw. So here are the standings. The Marlins a 2-game lead over the Phillies. Mets 2.5, Atlanta 3. So the East is starting to bunch up, except for Montreal. Central, Houston's now in first place. Where's Steeler fan when we need him? Cincinnati 1 game back. Milwaukee 2, St. Louis 2.5, and Pittsburgh has fallen off the bend. They've lost 8-10 in Chicago, waiting for Bears season. In the West, we told you this was all bunched up. Colorado, a 1-game lead over San Francisco. San Diego and Arizona are 6 back. I wouldn't read a heck of a lot into that right now. I think, especially Arizona, when you're throwing Schilling and Johnson 2 games out of 5, that'll be interesting. You just never know, and the Dodgers are 7.5 back. Red Sox have won 8 in a row, 9 of 10, and they have a half-game lead on the Yankees. Cleveland 3 up on Chicago. The White Sox are kind of struggling now. And the Mariners Playoff Express is at 30-14. And Anaheim is 7.5 back. They've won 8 straight. So right now, the wild cards would be San Francisco and New York. Here's Finley. He's 0 for 1. That's a base hit in the left center field. He's digging for 2. He's in there. Dunston has a good arm, and Finley still has good speed. So here is Damian Miller. He is 0 for 1. There's a fly ball right center. Dunston coming in, makes the catch. Finley goes back to tag and will hold. Thinking about Tim Tribe Fan's setup, if he was Todd B., it would be the coffee book that was George Hendrick's autobiography, would be lazily holding up the cell phone. Just saying. Here's Counsell. Craig is 0 for 1. Finley on second. Gardner and Santiago have a word. The word is steak bomb. Popped up. Left side. Felix and Aurelia. It's Pedro. He makes the catch. 2 out. So here's Randy Johnson. And a single his first time up. 2 out, bottom of the fourth, 2-2 the score. Gardner deals. Randy swings into center field. Dunston running in, makes the catch, and we're through 4. No runs, a hit. D-backs leave a runner on. After 4, it's the Giants 2, the D-backs 2. So Rich Aurelia will lead it off for San Francisco here in the fifth. Kent and Bonds to follow. Rich 1 for 2 with a strikeout. That hit was a single. That's in the left. Gonzalez, 1 out. Here's Kent, 1 for 2. Jeff has a single. And his 29th RBI is also struck out. Johnson winds and deals. Struck him out. That's 7. He got him on an 0-2 slider. That was unhittable. And that'll bring up the man, the myth, the legend, Barry Bonds, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 2 outs here, top of the fifth. Deep breath for Randy. He winds and deals, and that's into right field. Sanders over in the alley will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Halfway home on a beautiful 35-degree day here in Burlington. It's the Giants 2, the Diamondbacks 2. A reminder, no live stream tomorrow. We'll be back with you Friday at noon for the Rockies and the Giants. And I forget where that's from. Wifey's got an appointment, and we got to squeeze in lunch after that. If you joined us late, here's how we got here. Luis Gonzalez, a 2-run homer in the first to make it 2-0 Arizona. Then the Giants chipped away in the third. A triple by Sean Dunston scored Pedro Feliz, and then Jeff Kent singled home Dunston to make it 2-2. Giants had a chance in the fourth, and Randy Johnson slammed the door. So Mark Gardner, 4 hits through 4. Randy Johnson, a 5-hitter through 5. He has struck out 7. Gardner, 18 batters, 90 pitches, 4 innings, 4 hits, a homer, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Womack has a walk and a run scored. He's 0 for 1. Gardner's day is pretty much done. Tony swings, and there's a ground ball left side, base hit. And some sarcastic SOB, I'll leave this up here, is asking me if this game will be in Spanish. Buenos tardes, amigo. He couldn't just come and ask that in the chat. He's got to put it where he knows he's going to be on the screen. Jay Bell has struck out twice. Throw to first. Womack is, I don't know if he's back or not. Oh, they got him in a pickle, and he is out. So Womack took off, and they picked him off. So it goes Kent Aurelia, who puts on the tag, and there's 1 out. So 1-3-6 on the pickoff, or caught stealing, if you will. I think it's a pickoff, right? Here's Jay Bell. Again, they haven't even pitched to him. 1 out. And there's a ground ball to short. Aurelia throws it over to Kent. 2 out. And so here's Luis Gonzalez. He had a homer the opposite way in the first. And those are the 2 Arizona runs. His 16th of the year, and he's now driven in 38. The chat has fallen completely silent. Base hit right field. Davis will pick it up. So Louis is 2 for 3, and somebody's hurt. And it's Gonzalez, who rolls an ankle, and so I need to find a pinch runner. Well, Danny Bautista can play left field, and he's their fastest runner, so he gets the call. And that'll bring up Mark Grace, who was 1 for 2. Is that still the same breaking news? Yep. So Grace has a single. Bautista on first, ground ball to Martinez. Over to Kent, and that will retire the side. D-backs get a hit, or 2 hits rather, and that's it. No runs, 2 hits to leave a runner on. We go to the 6-2-2. Wow. So what do we go for here? Arm or range? We'll leave Bautista in. You can ask questions. No one else is talking right now. Here's Santiago. He's 0 for 2. 5, 6, and 7. Johnson showed me the fatigue warning. I don't know if he'll go 7 or not. We'll see. Ground ball to third. Counsell. Over to Grace. That's going to be a bang-banger, and Benny is out by an eyelash. So here's Davis. He's walked twice. 1 out, top the 6th. Gets away on strike 3. Miller throws it down, and Davis is retired. 2 out. So here's Ramon Martinez. He's 0 for 2. That's 9 for Randy. He got him. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Fastball on the outside corner. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and Tim Worrell coming in. Got a pitching change. This game coming to you from the Rachel Green Bob Ballpark in Phoenix, Arizona. Tim is 33 years old. He has 2 saves, an earned run average of .415, making his 19th appearance. Fastball pitcher at 91 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Tim's last appearance was 2 days ago against these Diamondbacks in Arizona. Went an inning and the Giants' 5-1 win on Monday night. 11 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. So overall for Tim, 17 1/3 innings, 21 hits, 8 runs all earned, 2 homers, 7 walks, and 17 strikeouts. He might get you 2, although he is due to bat second in the top of the 7th. Reggie Sanders is 0 for 2 with the strikeout. So this will be a 1-inning outing for Worrell if everything goes right. Got him. Full count changeup, swung on and missed, 1 out. For Finley, Steve has a double. He's 1 for 2. Right back to Worrell, over to Kent. 2 out. Here's for Miller. Damian's 0 for 2. Johnson will go the 7th. He will, at the moment, is in the hole. Into right center, Dunston moving over, and Sean makes the catch. In happenstance decision to have this Giants D-backs game today is starting pitcher Mark Gardner's 61st birthday today. Happy birthday, isn't that cool? You get a no decision for that. That's really cool. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Giants. They've left on 5 as Pedro Feliz steps in. 2 for 2, a single, a double, and a run scored. Diamondbacks 2 runs, 6 hits, and an error, and they've left on 5. Randy starts the 7th with a ground ball to third. Counsell goes across the way for the out. 1 out for Tim Worrell, who's not going to bat. He went 0 for 2 on the real season. Armando Rios will pinch hit. Rios at .221, 7 homers, 21 RBIs. A pinch hitter hitting .250. Randy deals. Ball 4. So Rios gets the free pass on a 3-1 changeup, just high. Here's Dunston. Sean 1 for 3. He has a triple, an RBI, has struck out twice, and a run scored. Johnson threw 27 batters, 6 1/3, 111 pitches. 5 hits, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts. 2001 was Gardner's last year as a player. He was their bullpen coach for all 3 of their World Series in the teens. I covered that 12 World Series, by the way. Got Kung Fu Panda, Pablo Sandoval, a huge contract with the Boston Red Sox, which he ate his way out of. What's he doing now? Because Righetti was the pitching coach for the longest time in San Francisco. Pitch to Dunston. Got him. That's 10 for Randy, as you can see. An 0-2 fastball swung on and missed, 2 out. For Aurelia, Rich is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Now just 80 degrees here in Phoenix. A beautiful night. Randy rears back into center field. Finley moving over into left center field, and that ball is gone. That ball had a lot of carry, and Aurelia crushes it to make it 4-2 San Francisco. He hit that ball 428 feet. That is below the scoreboard in left center field. An absolute no-doubter, and sometimes when the irresistible force meets the immovable object, loud things happen. Just like that. So 2 out, nobody on for Kent. Jeff is 1 for 3. He has struck out twice, singled, and driven in a run. Oh. Don't know what he's doing now. Could be working for the Donate Life America charity, as his wife died of liver cancer in 2003. Oh. Considering he was 39 in 01, she was right around 40. Yep, Panda's contract is one of the reasons the Red Sox stopped competing with the Yankees for free agents and now compete with Tampa Bay. Can we send Bloom back to Tampa? Pitch to Kent. Walked him. So here's Bonds. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Has a 9-game hitting streak. Throw to first. Kent back. Last batter either way. 4-2 San Francisco. 2 out. Top the 7th. There goes Kent. The throw down to Womack. And Jeff is in there with his 3rd steal of the year. There's a reason why the Giants are 27-18. Into right field. Back goes Finley and Sanders, and that is off the wall. So Kent will score. Bonds is into second. He'll hold with his 9th double of the year. And now you need to find someone that's just going to get you a couple pitches. And that's going to be... Oh, do I really got to burn? Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. Brett Prinz. Brett, making his 6th appearance, is 0-1 with 3 saves. An earned run average of .338. Brett is 30... Brett, not Brent, Ron. Brett is 24 years old. Good friends with Charles Nelson Riley and Gene Rayburn. And believes you should put blank on a hot dog. No, Prinz is 24, a fastball pitcher at 92. And a ground ball plus pitcher. Pitched against the Cubs on the 20th. A 3-1 win where he got the save, believe it or not. 19 pitches and a walk over that inning. So overall, 5 1/3. 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, a homer. He's walked 2 and struck out. There's some symmetry there. Look at that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. You hate to break that now, don't you? Here's Santiago. He's 0 for 3. John Henry has won his World Series. He's won 4. Now he just wants to expand his sports empire. Yep. And remember, yep, Ron channeling his inner Tim Kirchen. I interviewed Tim when I was with Fansided. Here's Santiago. Here's a high ground ball to Prince, first base side of the rubber, and that will retire the side. Stretch time, robbed them coming in 5-2 Giants. Well, if Gardner's still watching, hit the SAP button on your remote, and you can listen to the Spanish version of this. I don't know why they're going with him now. He's certainly not going to finish off the game. Nen is 1-1 with 12 saves and an earned run average of .82. 21st appearance, 31 years old, fastball at 93. How you doing, D. Scott Howard? And then is a ground ball plus pitcher. Pitched 2 nights ago against Arizona. Picked up the save Monday night and then 5-2 win. A clean inning, 15 pitches, a hit, and 2 strikeouts. Steve Tate, how are you? The master tinkerer of Action PC Sports. 22 innings for Nan, 14 hits. Both the runs are earned. He gave up a homer to Atlanta on May 18th. Walked 7 and struck out 24. He, by the way, has converted all 12 of his save attempts. So Council pitcher spot in Womack here in the 7th. 5-2 Giant lead. Council is 0 for 2. Struck him out. So 1 away, an 0-2 fastball. Prinz is not going to bat. We're going to go with it's a righty, right? Who can hit a righty? Craig Colburn can. 280 with an RBI as a pinch hitter. 316, 2 homers, and 6 RBI overall. So when I was covering the Nats, I got the chance to interview Tim Kirchen because ESPN, every time that they had to deal with Fanside, so anytime a team was on Sunday Night Baseball, they made someone available, at least to us, to talk to. And I found Kirchen to be very boilerplate. I didn't find much there. Now, I could have picked Buster Olney's brain for hours and hours on end. And I have no idea why Eduardo Perez isn't a manager someplace. He's one of the smartest people I've ever talked to. How you doing, Dave? How's the weather in Rochester? Colburn, we gave you the numbers already. Nen starts the night with a ground ball base hit up the middle. So 1 on, 1 out for Womack. 1 for 2, a single, a run scored, and a walk. Nen deals. There's a fly ball, shallow left center. Dunston rides the Schwinn, makes the catch. Colburn goes back to first. Everyone saying hi to everyone else. Here's Jay Bell. Jay is 0 for 3. Randy Johnson struck him out twice. Nen deals. Got him. That's 2. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We're going to make a pitching change for Arizona. We go to the 8th. 5-2 Giants. Now I'll go with Geraldo Guzman. Making his season debut. Guzman, 28 years old. He's only going to be here a couple weeks. Fastball at 88 and a ground ball plus pitcher. In his 2 weeks with you got his cup of coffee with Arizona. No record, an earned run average of 289, 9 in the 3rd inning, 7 hits, 2 homers. He walked 3 and struck out 4. Eric Davis, who's walked twice, will greet him, followed by Ramon Martinez and Pedro Feliz. Davis has walked twice and struck out once. He's 0 for 1. Got him. A 1-2 fastball outside on the black, and if that's his debut, that's a good one. Here's Martinez. Ramon is 0 for 3. He has struck out and grounded into a double play. A reminder, no stream tomorrow. We're with you Friday, noon Eastern, for the Rockies and the Giants. Ground ball right side. Sanders has it. Throws it in. Are we surprised that Scotty only shows up for games without the DH? Here's Pedro Feliz. Pedro's had a good ball game, a single, a double, and a run scored. Now, Scotty's goats go to all the Mariner games. They catch a great deal of foul balls, too. But he's never there. Lucky coincidence. Russ Davis is going to pinch hit. Russ is a pinch hitter, 444. Overall, 221, 3 homers, and 11 RBI. He should stay in the game and play third. And they'll have to pinch hit again because Nen's on deck. Davis, this might be 2. Womack, Bell for 1. Jay throws to first. Grace on the bag. 6-4-3. It is a double play. Nen's coming back out. Bottom of the 8th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors. It's San Francisco 5, Arizona 2. So Danny Bautista, who came in the ball game when Luis Gonzalez rolled his ankle, hitting 176 and 5 RBI. Nen starts his second inning with a fly ball left center. Dunston makes a fantastic diving catch on the grass. 1 out. So Russ Davis is a 3 at third with an .890 fielding percentage. So Bonds, Dunston, and Eric Davis in the outfield. Russ Davis, Aurelia, Martinez, and Kent in the infield. And your battery is a Duracell with Nen and Santiago. Mark Grace 1 for 3 with a single. In the left center, Dunston moving over, 2 out. So in the bottom of the inning, Sanders, Finley, and Miller. I'm sorry, in the top of the 9th, it's pitcher spot Dunston and Aurelia. Ron pays attention once in a great while. Reggie has struck out twice. He's 0 for 3. Fouled off the mask of Santiago. Did you see where the umpires walked off the field in the 9th inning of the Pittsburgh-Philly game yesterday? They asked Benny where he is after taking one off the mask, and he says San Diego. And they said, that's close enough, right time zone. Nen deals. Got him. So good 2 innings for Nen. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 9th here at the Bob 5-2 San Francisco. So a pinch hitter, Dunston and Aurelia to face Guzman. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, the manager game was already over. But the manager wanted to get the pitcher some work. And again, that's one of the things for March. And for those of you who are saying that imagine if someone took a strike 3 in the World Series because of the clock, the reason why we do this stuff now is so everyone can get used to the new set of rules. That's not going to happen in the World Series. I would bet your bottom dollar. And JT Snow is going to pinch hit. JT at 232, 2 homers, and 24 RBI. 250 with an RBI as a pinch hitter. The first, not quite full week of this spring training with the pitching clock has shaved, 23 minutes off of time so far? Base hit right field. Sanders will pick it up. Here's Sean Dunston. Dunston's got a triple. He's 1 for 4. The run scored, and he has struck out 3 times. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for San Francisco. They've left on 6. 2 runs, 7 hits, an error, and 6 left on for the Diamondbacks. Yep, a double clock violation on 1 pitch. It's a ball and a strike. Just like rolling that on Appa with the bases empty, right? Pitch to Dunston. Got him. That's 2 for Guzman. 0-2 fastball swung on and missed. 2 out for Aurelia. So Finley, Miller, and Counsell in the 9th for the Diamondbacks. However, the Giants have already burned their closer. Aurelia has homered. He's 2 for 4. His 4th homer of the year, driven in 15. Runner on first to Snow. Ground ball to third. Counsell scoops it up, goes to Bell, and that's that for that. So that's over to first. Not in time. I thought there were 2 out. There are now. So 5-4 on the fielder's choice. Here's Jeff Kent. 1 for 3, a single. RBI, a run scored, a stolen base. That's true, Steve. Almost every time that display the pitcher is strong pops up. And that's the fatigue warning. You know at some point they're not as strong as you think they are. The batter gets a hit. It's true. Jeff is 1 for 3. Drove in his 29th run, stole his 3rd base. He struck out twice and walked. Runner on first, 2 out. Top of the 9th, 5-2 Giants. Miller and Guzman have a word. Kent, high fly ball, right field, but that'll stay in the yard, and Sanders will get it. Chad Zerbe gets the save opportunity when we come back. Go to the bottom of the 9th, 5-2 San Francisco. So Zerbe, making his 10th appearance, is 1-1 with a save and an earned run average of 212. Chad is a lefty, 29 years old, fastball at 87, and a ground ball plus pitcher. Pitched 4 days ago against the Braves. 2 innings and a 4-3 loss, 36 pitches. 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. 17 innings for Zerbe, 15 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 6. Apparently, Dave Cook has modeled the behavior of cats in his games, because every time Scotty clicks no fouls in Action PC basketball, there immediately is a foul. Because cats don't listen. Do I want to bat Finley? I'm going to bat Finley. He is 1 for 3 with a double. The Diamondbacks need 3 to tie and 4 to win. And they have 3 outs to do it. Zerbe deals. Struck him out. So 1 out for Damian Miller, who's 0 for 3. Zerbe winds and fires a good morning and a good afternoon. So there's 2 out for Counsell, who tells me I've got a batting average here of .497. So last chance saloon, no pinch hitter. Zerbe trying to slam the door. He's got 2 quick outs. Here in the bottom of the 9th, 5-2 Giants. Pitcher spot coming up if the game's extended. And he walks him, so the game is extended. Who can hit a lefty? Susan Lucci's brother David is going to come in. It's okay, David never won an Emmy either. David at 167, a homer and 8 RBI. As a pinch hitter, 091 with 3 RBI. But you look at the batting average here, it's .331. Before I get the hate mail, Susan Lucci eventually did get her Emmy. So 1 on, 2 out. Again, to Lucci, last chance saloon for the Diamondbacks. Zerbe from the stretch. Struck him out. The ball game's over. Zerbe strikes out the side. And the Giants win it 5-4. 3 hours and 41 minutes of simulated baseball. It took us an hour to play. Scotty's going to 10 college basketball games this weekend. Wow. Boogaloo, my 3-pointers until your eyes shut. Or Boogaloo, those 3-pointers till you puke. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Giants. They leave on 7. You're welcome, Bernie. 2 runs, 7 hits, an error for Arizona. They leave on 7. The Giants are 28-18. The Diamondbacks are 22-24. Randy Johnson goes to 6-3, 6 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, a homer. Walked 4 and struck out 10. Bullpen did its job. Randy was just in there a little bit too long. Mark Gardner, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Gonzalez had the homer before he got hurt. Tim Worrell gets the win. Zerby gets the save. Aurelia is going to get the digital dice player of the game, 2 for 5, a homer, and 2 RBI. So let's play this rest of this Wednesday in baseball, shall we? May 23rd. So Anaheim beats Baltimore 8-5. Scott Schoenweiss, his first win of the year. Roberts goes to 2-4 with a loss. Brady Anderson is 10th, or Garrett Anderson. Someone had their 10th of the year and drove in 4. The Cubs pound out 16 hits. No one really. We were having this conversation about the Yankees yesterday. And so, hi, how you doing? So anyway, the Cubs pound out 16 hits. Jason Bouret shuts down the Reds 10-0. Bell goes to 2-2. Zuleta 2 for 4, 2 homers and 4 RBI. Twins beat Seattle 8-6. Eric Milton finally gets a win. He's 1-8. Freddie Garcia 7-2. Guzman 3 for 4 with 2 stolen bases. The Dodgers beat the Rockies 6-5. Terry Adams 3-2. Dingman, what a great name for a pitcher in Colorado, is 1-2. Goodwin goes 4 for 5. For a doubleheader in Philadelphia, and the Phillies sweep the Pirates 6-1 in Game 1. Randy Wolf 7 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 9 strikeouts, and a walk. Mulholland falls to 2-1. Pat Burrell 3 for 4 in Game 1, a homer and 2 RBI. In the nightcap, Phillies beat the Pirates 13-3. Omar Dahl 2-5. Oliveras 2 for 4. Estrada 2 for 3 with the second of the year and drives in 5. The Mets pound Les Expos 7-1. Al Leiter 2-3. Thurman 0-2. The Mets are now 500. Shinjo 3 for 4 is fourth of the year and drives in 2. The Tribe beat the Tigers 12-10. Can't even say that without my voice cracking. Reed 2-0. Anderson 2-1. Halter topped them all, 4 for 4, his third of the year and 2 doubles. Toronto strikes out 15 times, but beats Chicago 8-3. Hamilton 1-5. David Wells falls to 6-4. Brad Fulmer 3 for 4, his fifth of the year, drives in 2. Texas 3, the Devil Rays 1. Mayette 1-1. Brian Rose, no bloom there. He's 0-4. Sierra 2 for 4, his third of the year. I'll read the Red Sox score anyway. 6-2, the Yankees win. Andy Pettit beats them. He goes to 4-2. David Cohn with the Red Sox 1-1. Bernie Williams 2 for 3. He now has 8 homers and drove in 3. 17 hits for the Cardinals. Johnny Estrada. Oh, that was for the Phillies. I guess that was in the second game. 2 hits. Yep, I already read that. 17-7, the Cardinals win. Bernie went boom indeed. Matt Morris 4-2. Rigdon falls to 4-4. Jeremy Burnett 2 for 2. It's 2 homers. He now has 11 and drove in 3. San Diego beats Houston 7-4. Gyrus 7-1. Bottenfeld 1-5. Jeff Bagwell 3 for 3 with 2 RBI and a double. Oakland beats Kansas City 7-5. Magnante 1-0. Chad Durbin falls to 2-2. Johnny Damon 3 for 4. And I believe we got everything. We did. So Friday, we'll have for you Colorado and San Francisco. Hampton versus Levon Hernandez from San Francisco. Tuesday night in prime time, the Yankees and the Tribe. Clemens versus Sabathia. And then the holiday doubleheader. So Wednesday is 11:30. Arizona and San Francisco again, followed by, I think we're going to change that. We're going to change that. The Yankees and the Red Sox, because everybody loves endless Yankee-Red Sox games. That's the Memorial Day doubleheader on Tuesday. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you on Friday for the Rockies and the Giants from San Francisco. Until then, have a good day, everybody.